En ik zag Emma Stone meteen weer voor mij als die gekke, maar vooral onweerstaanbare Bella in de film Poor Things van Yorgos Lanthimos. De film was vorig jaar een van de grote winnaars tijdens de Oscars, maar ook tijdens de World Soundtrack Awards. En de man achter die geweldige soundtrack, die zit hier ondertussen gewoon bij ons. Jerskin Fendrix, hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to Ghent. You were here last year as well, and that was quite a triumph. You went home with the two biggest prizes, Discovery of the Year and Film Composer of the Year. How does it feel to be back?
That's correct. It's very lovely to be back. I think last year was very overwhelming and unexpected, and probably the end of a very overwhelming and unexpected year. So it's nice to come down after I've calmed down a bit.
Yeah, you won both awards for your work with Greek director Yorgos Lanthimos on Kinds of Kindness and Poor Things. How did the two of you meet, actually?
So in 2020, I released an album of weird pop songs called Winterizer, which I use the word pop. I don't think a lot of people listen to it, but Yorgos did somehow. And about a year afterwards, he got in touch and asked if I wanted to do a score for Poor Things. And it was basically like that.
And you said yes.
I did. I said yes and then panicked a lot.
And in the meantime, you also wrote music for his new film, Bugonia. These are all films that people sometimes tend to describe as strange. Is that an aspect you take into account when you write music for such films?
I think a problem I have writing music is I never really intend for it to be strange. I want it to be like romantic or beautiful or interesting in a certain way, and everyone always says it's really weird, and it's not deliberate. I think it's just how my parents wired me. So in that case, we're probably a quite good fit, Yorgos and I.
So it's your parents' fault?
Fault is, yeah. Let's go with the word fault.
But he has such a unique visual world, Yorgos Lanthimos. How do you find the right musical tone for it?
I think it forces you to work a lot harder. I mean, one of the first things I saw were the concept artworks for Poor Things, which were done by Shona, James and Holly, which were just incandescent and iridescent and beautiful, and I knew that like I couldn't do anything boring. I had to keep up with how imaginative and how beautiful and unusual that world was. So I find it really helpful.
Did he give you instructions, like clear directions in which direction it had to go musically, or did he just give you freedom?
He gave freedom, which I believe he does with all of his collaborators. It's a lot of trust and it's a lot of responsibility, but there's never any temp music, there's never any comparison or reference. He puts a great deal of trust in letting me and everyone else go off and just work out what we think our best interpretation is, and that's a huge privilege.
So is it different to write music for these kind of films compared to your own pop work?
I'd say, yeah, they're really different, and they, for me, the different writing processes complement each other really well. Writing pop stuff, I mean, writing songs for me is often very autobiographical, and it's sort of necessarily a very narcissistic thing to do, a very self-centered thing to do. Then for the films, to completely wipe your ego off the desk and think like, these are the characters, this is the story. I'm failing if I bring in any amount of myself. Like, my responsibility is to furnish this material with its own emotional psychology. So I think the balance has actually made me a lot better at both.
Yeah. Jerskin, if we were to take a look at your playlist, what names would we find there? Who are some of the artists or composers that inspire you?
Oh, there's a very long list. I think more recently, no surprise, people like Johnny Greenwood, his new score for One Battle After Another is amazing. Extraordinary. Yeah. Mika Levi's score for The Zone of Interest is one of my favorite in recent years. I think that's really wonderful. Daniel Bloomberg's doing some really wonderful work.
Okay, great. Yeah, we've been here for a few hours already, and we've been asking everyone the same impossible question. What's the most beautiful piece of film music ever written? Have you been able to choose one?
I think single piece I'd struggle. I've gone for Mulan, the Jerry Goldsmith score for the Disney film. Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I have a podcast in which I try to discuss all the Disney movies, so I'm very glad that someone picked a Disney tune.
Yeah, I mean, I really, my childhood, the big 90s ones, Hunchback of Notre Dame is also musically extraordinary and overlooked, I believe. Lion King, Hans Zimmer, Elton John, obviously fantastic. But I think, for me, Mulan, there's something about it that really balances such a great internal struggle with a giant sweeping, representation of devastation to a lot of communities. And I think being able to balance that emotionally in a score is just phenomenal. And the songs are great too.
Yeah, I'm very curious to hear it again. It's been a long time. Thank you so much, Jerskin, for your time. It was lovely meeting you, and good luck with everything that's coming up. Also, tonight, your music will be performed live by Brussels Philharmonic, and we will be broadcasting the concert live, so the whole country will get to discover your music tonight.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Is it the first for you to hear your music played in front of a live audience?
No.
Okay, cool.
Enjoy.
Second time.
Mulan.